Next matchup, Nationals, Braves, 720 Atlanta. The Nationals are minus 125, totals 9.5. We saw a 20-cent move toward Washington and movement upward on the total. This one pretty much opened as a coin flip with both teams at minus 105. But anyway, Washington open $1.05 up to minus 125. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 58% are leaning Nationals, 60% shaded toward the under. Right now, the Braves are plus 120 on the money line. The Nats plus $1.25 on the run line. We have Steven Strasburg for the Nationals, Julio Teheran for the Braves. Teheran comes into this game with a 3.71 ERA for Atlanta. He also has 97 strikeouts in just 106 and 2/3 innings pitched. Now, Atlanta's first in the NL East, 6.5 games ahead of Washington. They're 28-19 at home and winners in 8 out of their last 11 ball games. The Nationals on the other side, just 1-2 in their last 3. They're also 24th in road hits, and they've won 18 out of 39 games, taking on teams over 540. Now, total-wise, the Braves are 23-13 to the over at home when the line was 9 or higher. I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one. Give me the Braves plus 1.5 in the over. 9.5 runs in that game. Next matchup, Athletics, Twins, 8-10 Minnesota. The Twins are minus 145, totals 10.5. Nickel move toward the Twins and movement upward on the total. Minnesota open $1.40 up to minus 145. Total open 10 up to 10.5. 57% are leaning A's, 51% shaded toward the over. Right now, Oakland's plus 135 on the money line. Minnesota plus $1.25 on the run line. We have Mike Fiers for the A's, Kyle Gibson for the Twins. Gibson comes into this game with a 4.03 ERA and a 1.26 whip. Mike Fiers on the other side for the Athletics, 9-3 on the year, 3.61 ERA, and a 1.11 whip. The Athletics are second in the AL West, 55-41 overall for the year. That puts them at 14 games over 500, and they're just 4.5 games back of Houston for the division lead. Oakland's 5th in runs allowed, 4th in road scoring, 6-game winning streak. The Twins on the other side, losers in 4 out of their last 6. They're also 15th in hits allowed at home, losers in 2 out of their last 3 against Oakland. When it comes to the total, Oakland's 15-8 to the under, taking on teams over 540. Give me the A's plus 1.5 and the over. 10.5 in that matchup there. Next game, Astros. Angels, 9:07 Los Angeles. No line currently posted for this game. We have Wade Miley for the Astros, Matt Harvey for the Angels. Harvey's just 3-4 with a 6.88 ERA and a 1.49 whip. Miley on the other side, 7-4 on the year, 3.32 ERA and a 1.14 whip. Houston's first in the AL West, 60-37 overall for the year. That's going to put them at 23 games over 500. They're also 5th in runs allowed on the road and 1st in hits allowed on the road. So with all that in mind, no line on this game, but I think Houston should win it outright. Give me the Astros winning this one outright for some money line cash. Next game, Brewers. Diamondbacks, 9:40 Eastern first pitch in Arizona. The Brewers are minus 110, totals 9.5. This one pretty much open as a coin flip with both teams at minus 105. Now, we did see a nickel move toward the Brewers in the early wagering. We also saw movement upward on the total. So once again, the Brewers open $1.05 up to minus 110. Total open 9 up to 9.5. 60% are leaning Brewers, 67% shaded toward the over. Right now, Zach Davies is probable for the Brewers. Merrill Kelly for the D-backs. Kelly's 7-9 on the year with a 1.27 whip. Meanwhile, Zach Davies for the Brewers, 7-2 on the year, 2.89 ERA. And the Brewers are second in the NL Central, just 2.5 games back in the division. They're also 5-1 in their last 6, taking on the D-backs if you're into historical trends. Milwaukee's 5th in walks on the road, so getting a lot of free passes, a lot of base runners. Arizona on the other side, winners in just 20 out of 42 at home at Chase Field. They're also just 22nd in home scoring, losers in 2 out of their last 4 ball games. Now, total-wise, Arizona is 12-7 to the under when Merrill Kelly makes the start. The Brewers are 14-5 to the under when Zach Davies makes the start themselves. So with all that in mind, got to lean toward the slight road favorite. Give me the Brewers minus 110 and the under 9.5 runs in that ball game. All right, next and final game for the show. It is going to be Mets-Giants, 9:45, San Francisco. The Mets are minus 110, totals at 7. We did see a nickel move toward the Mets in the early wagering. Another one of those matchups here today that pretty much opened as a pick'em contest. Both teams opening at $1.05 in this one. But once again, we saw a nickel move toward the Mets in the early wagering. The Mets opened $1.05 up to minus 110. Total opened 7.5 down to 7 flat. 60% are leaning San Francisco, 73% shaded toward the over. We have Noah Syndergaard for the Mets, Madison Bumgarner for the Giants. The Giants come into this game with a relatively healthy Bumgarner, who comes into this matchup with a 3.86 ERA and a 1.22 whip. He also has 121 strikeouts in just 116 and 2/3 innings pitched. Now, Syndergaard has a pretty good record, but he does come into this matchup for the Mets with a 4.55 ERA. So he has been hittable this year. You can score on him. And the Mets kind of struggling this year, 4th in the NL East, 13 games back in that division. They're also 7 games under 500 at just 44 and 51 overall for the year. Now, the Mets rank 20th in runs allowed on average per game. They're also 28th in hits allowed on the road on average per game, which puts them pretty much not second to last, but third to last in Major League Baseball in that category there. The Mets have won just 21 out of 53 games when traveling this year. Now, the Giants on the other side, nice little 5-game winning streak, 5-0 in their last 5. They're also 8-1 in their last 9 ball games. They rank 10th in walks allowed on average per game. And when it comes to the total, San Fran is 10-4 to the over in their last 14. The Mets are 6-2 to the over in their last 8. So with all that said and done, I'm going to lean toward the home underdog in this one. When it comes to the pitching matchup, I'm going to take Madison Bumgarner plus 102 in the over 7 runs in that game. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do a quick recap here. We have Mad Bum plus 102 in the over 7 runs in the Mets-Giants game. We also have Brewers, Diamondbacks. We went ahead and leaned toward the Brewers minus $1.10 in the under 9.5 in that one. We have the Astros taking on the Angels. No line posted for that game. I think Houston should win that one outright for some money line cash. We have the Athletics taking on the Twins. I'm going to lean toward the road dog in this one, at least covering the run line. I like Oakland plus 1.5 in the over 10.5 in that game. We also have the Nationals taking on the Braves. I'm going to lean toward the home dog in this one, covering the run line. Give me Atlanta plus 1.5 in the over 9.5 in that matchup. We have the Tigers taking on the Indians. Another one of those games where I'm a little bit gun shy on the sides, but I do like the starting pitcher. So I'm going to take Detroit's Matt Boyd plus $1.80, getting the W in the under 8.5 in that matchup. We got the Cardinals taking on the Reds, 7-10 Cincinnati. I like the Cardinals, the road dog. Give me Cardinals plus 115 in the under 9.5 in that matchup. We also have the Rays taking on the Yankees. That is game 2 of the doubleheader today. Game 2, I like Tampa Bay plus 1.5 in the under 9.5. And then in game 1, I like the Yankees minus $1.20 in the under 9.5 in that one. We have the White Sox Royals. I got the White Sox winning that one outright as we have no line posted for that game. We also have the Blue Jays taking on the Red Sox. I do like the Red Sox winning that one outright because we have no line currently posted for that game either. We also have the Dodgers taking on the Phils very early today. I like pretty much a coin flip in this one. I like the Dodgers minus 105 in the over 9.5. And then finally, we have the Padres taking on the Marlins. And I'm going to lean toward Caleb Smith, the starting pitcher for Miami, plus 105 in the over 7.5 in that game. All right, guys, that is going to do it for me. Once again, got to remind you to check me out on my website at patreon.com/BrockPage. We do daily plays on that website. We're doing pretty good in our overall record in several different categories, although the past couple of days we've been getting absolutely decimated. So maybe you want to hold off and not join this week. But once we start getting hot again, you may want to join that site and buy up a package just to get some more information, get a couple of winners. Because once we get hot, I'll tell you, we cannot be stopped. And we were really, really hot last week in Inferno. Just an incredible run. We were 10-0 at one point, 14-1 at another point. Just absolutely incredible. So anyway, patreon.com/BrockPage. Link is in the description section below. But most importantly, I got to thank you for watching this program right here on YouTube. This free information, this free content. I certainly hope you enjoy all this free info and free content. I certainly enjoy producing it for you. And as always, don't forget to check me out on patreon.com/BrockPage.